everybody, it's me just checking in. I want to apologize for not being on my grind and doing what I said as far as always vlogging. In the beginning, that was something that I promised you, and I kind of slacked a little bit. Reason being is my husband and my son were at home and they come first. So with that being said, I want to apologize, got that out the way. I want to share with you about a brother that I think is doing a great job in ministry as far as helping to build up the kingdom. And his name is Willie Moore Jr. Willie Moore Jr. comes on every Wednesday and he does a vlog that takes current events in his life and switch it up with some biblical knowledge, put them all together, and you have an awesome word and testimony that will blow your mind and bless your soul. With that being said, make sure you go to YouTube and subscribe to Willie Moore Jr. He's also on Instagram with his wife, who is a makeup artist. And if you type in Willie Moore Jr., he has his wife and his beautiful kids all over his page. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Okay, I am about to give you a small snippet, and the reason being is because it's going to tie into what I am trying to get across in how God spoke to me today. So with that being said, follow me over to the TV. I know it's kind of ratchet, but work with a sister. I don't have a camera as of yet, but it's coming. Let's go.
This lady who was 2 years younger than Harriet Tubman, she gonna say, I know who Kurt Carr is. James Fortune, that boy who sang I Trust You, ain't it? That Tim's lady, that's Zachary Tim's wife, ain't it, up there? I don't know who this Willie Moore Jr. is. Looked like they could have at least brought Kurt Franklin. What? I politely took her cane and pushed her down. No, I didn't know it, but I wanted to, kind of wanted to. But I told y'all at the beginning of the year I was trying to be the best little Christian that I could be. So I politely just walked off. So I go ahead and go to sound check. When I get there, Kurt Carr turning up already. Almost let go. All I could do was think about that little old lady in the elevator talking about, I don't know who Willie Moore Jr. is. Look like they could have bought Kurt Franklin. Ain't it funny how you can have all positive stuff going all around you, but all you can think about is the bad stuff? Damn. I did my sound check and skedaddled straight to the room and went to the mirror on some, you the best. This your moment right here, boy. You more than a conqueror. God is with you, boy. See, sometimes you gotta encourage yourself. If you 25 and over still waiting on somebody to pat you on the back, you liable to be waiting for a long time, flat out. Even though I was talking to myself, my brain was still talking to me too. You know, James Fortune has hit records. So, I got a wife, a baby mama, and 2 kids, flat out. You know Kurt Carr is a legend. I'm from St. Louis, flat out.
So as you can see, this man of God is on fire. And with that being said, I got up this morning, I log in, I see that I'm pumped, okay? I'm on 15 and just, it blew my mind. I was excited. So I say all that to say I'm driving to go get the money order to pay my rent early, might I add. Praise God. Get the money order, drop it off in the office, and as I'm walking in, they're like, oh yeah, how you doing? It's good to see you. We saw you on the news the other day. You looked very nice. You were speaking really nice, and you didn't have your hair in your shower cap. Talking about some, they need to do something better. Like, you were really on point, and it really made me happy. I'm glad that they had one of us on TV that was doing something positive. That kind of put a smile on my face, but I was like, no, you know, they only put me on for like 3 seconds that I recorded when I was watching the news, so I don't get, but thank you. I'm glad you saw me say a couple of words on the news. And she was like, no, they gave you a whole segment. Hold on, we saw your son and everything. Like, no, I was watching the news. They didn't show all that. I say all that to say, yeah, they really did put me on the news, and they really did show my son and us on TV. And I was just like, wow. So I'll say all that to say this. I have my best friend who I do a radio show with. I kind of slacked on doing a radio show because to me, everything wasn't going as planned. When we were using our life situations and adding gospel music and music to it, it was a little iffy. really hearing people speak out on things, and I just felt it was a waste of time. Nobody was listening. Well, there's my other spiritual sister who does a radio show. And even though she does her radio show is mainly based with celebrities playing music, giving new artists a platform to start from where it's played all over. She's now doing gospel, where she does a gospel show in her city that she's in now, and she is on, if I'm not mistaken, at 12. No, I get the rest of the info and type it at the bottom. But I say all that to say, I've always encouraged her and told her, I so see you having your own show. And we're going to be on TV, and we going to get us some books and write us some plays. And in our Jamie Foxx voice, we going to blow up Shuaib. Well, when I was getting in the car, I was reminded, speak those things that are not as though they were. You sat up there and spoke that you were going to be on TV. You were on TV. It might have not been to your liking, the reason that you were on TV, but you was on TV. And if you just be patient and not look to man, as you heard Willie Mo say, to give you an applaud, a pat on the back, and give you your go ahead to go ahead and do what I placed in you to do, then you'll go much further. And so I believe that if I just stop being lazy, stop basing my success off everybody else, I will be able to have that SUV going up and down Chicago and different cities and states and traveling and sharing my story. I think that it's so many of us that are doing one or two things. We're either having on our happy face and acting like nothing ever goes wrong and not sharing our story. It's so much that God has placed inside of us. And if we just open up our mouths and not just put your business on blast, God will give you the right person to share your story to. And when you share your story, that will encourage the next person to be able to say, man, I know that was kind of messed up where I was, but I'm looking at this sister and I'm looking at this brother and they got out of that situation. So I know if God did it for them, he can do it for me too. Like I said, dream, believe, decree. Dream, believe, decree. I'm going to do it, and I'm challenging you to do the same thing. Share this video. Hit Willie Mo Jr. up. And I will be doing better at vlogging. I so love you guys with the love of Christ. Just keep your ears open. I promise you, God will give you something on a day-to-day basis that will blow your mind. Start with praise and worship and believe. Peace.